Hey, how you doing, everyone? Imran Web Squadron. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, but I don't want to sneeze. Hope you're all okay. Um, Elemental just brought out Image AI, and I had a look at it earlier. I have to say that I don't want to say I was put off by it, but I wasn't overly impressed by it. So over here is an image, and I'm going to kind of do it from scratch again. Obviously, this is just the beta version, right? But now in images, they have the create with AI functionality. So I'm just going to go in. I mean, here you have some example posts over here. But I'm going to go in and pop one in. Hey, Sergio, how you doing? So we're just testing out the Elemental AI. And I have to say, I'm semi-impressed, but I'm also not overly impressed. And I'll talk about why I probably won't be using it. So let's go and pop in something here. So we're going to say female web designer sitting at her desk whilst working on a web design on her computer. And I'm gonna go with let's go with, can we do color schemes on here? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with red and hyper realistic, and I'm also going to say Unreal Engine 5 as well. Unreal Engine 5. We're going to go for photographic, digital art. We'll go with photographic. We'll go with style. We'll leave it as a landscape. We'll go with a 4 to 3. And let's hit generate images. Hey, Maddie, how you doing? So Elemental have obviously brought out, could have gone with red dress as well, Mike. So I've already tried this out, and I have to say I was not massively impressed, and let me tell you why. We have some images, and you could hit generate again, and you could do new prompt. I could, if I want, use, say, this image over here. So I go and say use image, and it pops the image in. If I go back to create with AI for the same image, I now get expand image, generative fill, resize, and variations. So let's just go with variations. And I'm going to say use 70% of the reference image. But I am also going to say make it, I'm going to actually put in as well the word daytime, okay, as well. And we will hit generate images. Because you will have noticed there was a feature there called generative fill. Generative fill is the new big thing with Adobe at the moment, right, with what they're bringing out, where you can take an image of a person, hey John, and you can expand on that. So what we've now gone from is X to da-da-da-da-da. Now, I'm going to use this image, right? And I'm going to go over here to create with AI, and I'm going to hit generative fill. And this is where this is not so good. So let me now show you what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to say, put a, I'm going to say fill the computer screen, okay, with a blue, fill the computer screen with an orange and white website design for products stroke shop, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color in the screen, right? So I'm just going to color in this screen like that. You can see what I'm doing. I mean, if I was using a tablet pen, it'd be a lot more smoother. So there we go, right? So I've done that. And I'm now going to hit generate. And the email came out around about 2:30-ish, I think it was. And I literally started recording a video, and then I stopped because this did not work well at all. Now then, can you see what it's done? This one here has semi-worked, but there is no products or shop, right? No products or shop. That one is not orange and white at all. That one there is completely just buggered up. And this one over here is semi-ish okay. Hey Charlie, I've disabled the adverts because our channel is still being hammered at the minute by YouTube for what they think is suspicious activity, which I can't do anything about. It's absolutely, it's just, yeah. It's killing me. Isotonic, how you doing? How you doing, Mark Ware as well? So the generative fill, I'm going to hit enhance prompt and see what it does, right? A few times, 50% of the time, the Elemental AI for images does error out, okay? And it says, look, I apologize, but I cannot create or display. I mean, look, I don't get what is the point then of this. Anyway, let's hit generate and see what it does. Hey, Rookie, Francisco, how you doing? Hey, Pez. I'm testing out the Elemental AI. So I was going to record a video, and look, I've told it what I want. I've told it the screen and I want products, but look, it's gone back to this. So for a standard image, right, let me just come out of this. Yes, leave. I think it is good. However, hey, Imran, I'm going to get more out of Midjourney. And I'm also going to get more out of ChatGPT. So here's my take on the whole AI thing at the moment, right? Look, if I'm going to use AI, I'll go to ChatGPT. You got Bard, you got Bing as well. I can create a sequence of prompts. I can save my prompts. I can refer back to a previous prompt. I can go back into a prompt I did 3 days ago. Oh, there it is. Boom, let's expand on it. Okay? The thing is, John, I know that if I was to do those kind of prompts on Midjourney, it would deliver. It would deliver. And if I said now remix it to give me a computer screen with an orange and white products, it would deliver. You'd get some distortion, but it would deliver eventually. This at the moment is not intelligent enough to kind of give me really what I want. And then, that's from that's like, a ChatGPT, no, Midjourney-ish kind of thing. And then I animated it. Can you see the mouth moving? Look at the mouth. Right. No, I'm started normal time. Tuesday, Thursday, we always start later in the day. So Imran, AI is going to eventually be an add-on you have to pay for. So at some point they will charge you for it. So that's another reason why I would rather use ChatGPT. Secondly, Midjourney is so much more evolved, people. It is so much more evolved. And the other thing also, if I was to now go back into like this image, right? Let's go back in over here, right? Where's the prompt that I used? Where's the prompt? I mean, look, where is the prompt? The prompt ain't there, right? So if I was to go in over here and I go with expand image, look, I can't get the prompt back, right? Hey, Michael. So for me, I think this is, sorry, I realised you can't see my screen because I stopped sharing it, didn't I? So, I think this whole image AI with Elemental, if I'm going to be brutally honest, I don't think this is a great move. I don't think, look, a lot of people, when it came out, we were all like, whoa, what is this? And then when we get the email about image AI, we're like, whoa, what is this? But deep down, right? Tell me in the comments right now, in the live chat, how many of you, give me a percentage score. My percentage score is 10%. How much out of 100% are you excited to have this inside Elemental? Because ChatGPT I can use for free. Bard I can use for free. Bing AI I can use for free. Midjourney, I already pay for Midjourney. I already pay for that so I can have credits. So, and you get so much more, and there's so much more prompts and stuff you can do, and you can be very clever with it. How much of a percentage are you? Isotonic's 5%. And that's what I mean. Hey, Abdullah, how are you? So, from an Elemental AI point of view, it's not there. Yeah, look, John, Canva, again. What we really want is the loop grid post filter. Now, these two things that have come on. Now, look, I have been very vocal about how I've been impressed by a lot of the updates we've been getting from Elemental lately. But, hey Dave, I was just looking at the image AI from Elemental and I'm not that impressed by it. Stick to Midjourney is my tip. Or Canva AI, but Midjourney definitely. I just think it's like an investment has been made somewhere to use the AI bit of it. I get that. They wanted to be the first page builder to bring in AI. Brilliant. When they did that, everyone was talking about it. AI, code AI, all of that. Brilliant. Now we're going image AI. Breakdance are nowhere there. Bricks haven't got it. Divi haven't got it. Loads of them have not got this. This is brilliant. But was it a good brilliant? For me, it's a brilliant as a gimmick. For me, it's a gimmick, okay? In that we might get excited for a bit, and then when we use it, I can tell you now, ever since Elemental AI came out, do you know how many times I've used it? Yes, they have. Let me show you, mate. Dave, look, over here. So when you now drop in, say, an image, right, like that, you click over here for Create with AI. So I'm going to go in and type here. I'll tell you what, let's go for Optimus Prime working on a website design. What the hell? Digital art. Let's see what we get. We'll go for a cinematic comic book. What should we go for? Let's go for cinematic. Let's generate the image. Let's see what it gives us. So it becomes a gimmick, okay? Because if you really want to do it properly and keep... There we go, look. There we go, look. This is the closest we've got to working on a web design, okay? The rest just aren't using. So let's now use this image, right? We'll use this image. It's kind of there, but not really. Let's go back in now, and we're going to do a variation. And I'm going to say use the reference image about 50%, but Optimus Prime Generation 1 design. So let's go with that, okay? Image type, yeah, we'll leave it as digital art, and the style will be cinematic again. So we're going to remix it a little bit. Let's see what it does. So it's a gimmick, because if you really care about your prompts, and I do, when I have chat, like today, I was working on a code snippet yesterday, and it's kind of failed, to be honest, right? Can you see here? It's kind of okay-ish. I could go back to another prompt now. What you can also do, no, we'll use this. Okay, we'll come out of this for a moment, right? This is where this fails, generative fill, right? So I'm going to say yellow laptop, right? Yellow laptop. And I'm going to color in the laptop. So can you see I'm now coloring in the laptop? I mean, don't get me wrong. It is impressive that we have... I mean, did you ever think in Elemental you'd be able to do this? You're literally filling in. I mean, that is impressive to say the least. So let's hit generate and see what it does. And this is where it really fails. Now, this might work, but when I've tested it, and I was literally recording a video, and I thought, forget it, I'm not doing a video on this now. Because I did about 5 or 6 variations, and look, that has now technically kind of worked. But what you will find is that sometimes it just does not deliver. And then you've got to, like, if I now want to remix that, it's a bit fiddly. So look, I'm going to go in now and say... Let's say robotic hand, right? Because robotic hand like that. Hey, Randy, Midjourney, I can do so much more in a prompt, and is a little bit more accurate than what I'm getting here. Now, look, that one's probably not so bad-ish, but it is very gimmicky. And I get fed up of gimmicks very, very quickly. Very quickly. Yeah? So I've asked some of you what you feel like from a percentage point of view, right? Maybe, Dave. I mean, but I'll tell you what it is, Dave, right? I'll tell you what it is. It's like the argument with Gutenberg and Elementor. Gutenberg improves, but Elementor improves as well. There's catch-up. I feel like you're going to have Midjourney and Stable Diffusion and Leonardo and all these tools. And then you got Elementor AI Image. And then this might get better. But Midjourney is like, you know, version 6 coming out now. Improved version 7. Do you know what I mean? So what would I rather use? I would rather pay $10 a month or whatever I'm paying for Midjourney. A bit like, what would you rather use? Are you going to pay for extra credits to use Elementor AI? Or would you just use ChatGPT or Bing AI or Bard or something like that? So if you really want cutting edge, you're going to go to the cutting edge, aren't you? Hey, Mia, how are you doing? How are you? Ah, there you go. Deanna's got Adobe Firefly. And the generate fill, from what I have seen in videos, is so impressive. Deanna, can you tell us how good is the generate fill? Because I always am suspicious of some of the videos out there. They always seem to show the perfect scenario. When you've been using, if you have been using generate fill, how have you found it? Have you found it to be quite responsive to your prompts in doing what you want? Most likely, Sergio, right, Elementor will have contracted with someone else, okay? Pretty simple there. It's like Bertha AI. Bertha AI is through a third party, right? Bertha have not invented the text AI. They're getting it through a third party. So Elementor AI must have connected in with something. Because I'll tell you what, the facility to be able to literally draw the area you wanted to generate fill, we've never seen that technology on Elementor ever before, have we? Right? So to have that, and that is again a wasted opportunity, isn't it? Don't you think? Like, I'm trying to think of where else we would use it inside Elementor, and it's not really coming to me at the moment, but after a while, the gimmick will run out. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so Deanna, from when I've seen the videos, it looks so brilliant. And I'm literally like this going, wow. You know when they like take a photo, literally like a photo of someone, and they go, right, now generate a background, now generate that they're sat somewhere. And it literally goes, and I'm just going, unbelievable. You can literally create amazing stuff, you know. Or what someone did was they literally put 3 photos up of 3 people from different generations, right? Then they got a picture of their dog as well. So they're 3 completely different photos of people and a dog, and they said blend it to look like they're all together, and it literally did that. You literally had like a child, dog, parent, grandparent, and you could tell the grandparent one was a very old photo, and it just did it all in colour, and I was blown away. Hey George, how are you doing? How are you doing? You know, so Elementor AI, Image AI, I personally would say rein it in. Don't go full blown on it. Focus on the product. Come on, man. Give us that loop grid post filter. We're crying out for it. Yeah, we are. We really want it. You know, give us something to get excited about. Because there is always this danger that you start to enter the zone of, well, okay, we've done some good stuff. Now let's get out some gimmicks. Because I don't think anyone has requested it, unless I'm wrong. Like, on the GitHubs or anything like that. So that's my theory. But if you're not using Midjourney, go for it. I've requested access to Firefly, but I still haven't got access. I'm a bit, like, irritated by that. But obviously they're going to be rolling it out. Does anyone actually know why they've not rolled it out more widely? I would have thought that if anyone had the budget to do it, Adobe would be way ahead of everyone. Nice one, George. But yeah, George, once you get that custom color bit in, I feel like that tool will become much more powerful. in terms of showcasing it off. Because you know what will happen? If you do a video on a plugin that allows you to change a color of something, but you don't allow people to have full custom, it slightly loses the edge. But once you give them that authority to customize it completely, then you're now in like a whole new ball game kind of thing. I do wonder though, at what point are we going to hit version 4? I mean, we're on version 3.14 now, and we'll have the final release of 3.14 very, very soon, I think, because it came out about nearly 2 weeks ago with the nested carousel, so we should get that. The nested carousel, I can't wait to the final. No more do we have to sit there creating templates and shoving templates in, or image carousel. Now you can mix and match as much as you want. You want to put an image with a link? You don't need to go and use custom code now. No, you can do it all here. You can do what you want to do. You know, sucker, you can do so much on it. ZI. What's ZI? Sorry, I've lost the track there, George. What is ZI? Do you know why ZI didn't? ZI? You mean Z? Z? So, yeah, by the way, I've said it earlier, right? I'm still in the shits with YouTube, right? I had a meeting with someone today, and I basically said to them, you're not giving me any answers. You just keep telling me that it's for me to sort out. There's nothing I can do. So they're going to try and escalate it a bit, but I don't feel like we're going to get anywhere. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Controller Command. What do you think about subscription-based web design services? So can you elaborate? Are you talking about a care package, or are you talking about, I'll build your website, you don't owe me a penny, but you will pay, I don't know, $50 a month? Yeah? And the minimum contract is 2 years. Yeah? Got it. Got it. I did, you know when you said Z, I was like, who the hell is Z? Have I missed something here? Cheers, George. So back to Controller Command, okay? Are you talking about the scenario where you build a website and rather than you paying up front, they pay up front, they pay you in installments? Is that what you mean? Hey, Artif, how you doing it? Johnny, absolutely. Johnny, you could save it as a template kit. So you can download the entire website and then you import it on a brand new feed. You could even do a backup all-in-one migration and then install it. Not a good move, I have to say, because then it will bring through all of the website URLs, all of that. If you are going to build a website and use it for the next project, really you should be building it without it being assigned to another website. Just build it, export as a template kit. A bit like the portfolio website I built. So I built it and it was kept really simple. And then you export and import that. Hey, Gary. Oh, I've already said hi to you, Gary, haven't I? Sorry, I've just realised I've just said it again. So Controller Command, can you expand on what you're thinking here? Because your subscription-based web design service, it sounds to me like you're going to build... here we go. So not a care package, but building and taking care of everything. Monthly, 50 or 70. Okay, Controller Command, where are you based? Actually, where are you based? No, wrong question. Where's the client based? Where does the client sit? Because I have a view on subscribe design builds. Okay, so... actually, yeah, where are you based and where's the client based? And don't say I don't know. You must have an idea where the bulk of them are going to come from. So, where are you based and where's the client based? And then I'll tell you why I wouldn't go for it. Okay? I'll tell you why I wouldn't go for it. Yep. And also, so 3 questions. Where are you based? Where's the client based? And what would be the cost if they paid up front? So 3 questions. Where are you? Where are they? And what would the cost have been if they had paid up front? So mostly UK. Okay, so you're probably in the UK as well. So we've established that. So what would the cost have been roughly, on average, if they had paid up front. So up front, what would they have paid? Roughly. Johnny, what do you think of using Astra as a starting point? Nah, I'm not. Astra is a great place to learn, but then you also load a load of stuff, and it's almost like, do you really need all of that stuff? And I'm just not convinced that you do. Sorry, I'm just double checking a message that's come in here. It's from... Oh, what do they want? No, nothing like that. Right, so back to controllers. So $200 up front. So this is obviously going to be a basic website, right? So if you're charging 50, that means roughly in 4 months they will have paid off. That could work, because after 4 months you would hope they paid. My question to you though is, why do you think they wouldn't pay that up front? Why do you think they wouldn't pay that? Because £200 or $200 is not a lot of money, even in the UK. So why do you think they wouldn't pay that up front? Because if you had said 2,000, I could understand. £200, they should be able to pay that up front, you know. So right, Abdullah, I want to ask, on a website hosted on Hostinger, even when Lightspeed plugin fail, is it safe to use a plugin to cover in your page? Abdullah, I don't know what website you got, and I would say yes. I would say make a backup, and you're going to have to test it out. You know, like, to be honest, Abdullah, right, you could say that about anything. Is WooCommerce okay to use? Well, it depends on your website. Is Elemental okay, or Rank Map? It depends on your website. So I would say, yeah, you could, but make sure you got a backup and test it out. Did you do a video showing the process to set up a website? Yeah, I've got some migration stuff out there. WP Vivid, stuff like that. I mean, when you say set up a website to a client's domain, again, that depends on your host. So my answer to you would be, go back to your host and ask them, hey, Eddie, go back to your host, because they will tell you what you need to do, right? Because where does the website sit? Where does the domain sit? Have you done a DNS, the name server change? Has it ported over? Is everything HTTP and HTTPS? Trust me, Johnny, I mean, makes no sense for me to use Astra if I'm going to use Elemental Pro for the header footer. Makes no sense. You know, and I don't like to work on the template-driven market. I like to build from scratch. Security maintenance, yeah. Yadnesh Tiwari, I have a question from your earlier video. Selling courses without using LMS. Yep. How does the account work? Page restriction you have used. Well, it's built using WooCommerce, isn't it? So you pay for the product via WooCommerce. If you pay via WooCommerce, that is your account. So the account is set up via that route over there. Yeah. So the page restriction plugin works with WooCommerce. So when you activate that, you then choose which product from WooCommerce you should have purchased before you can access that page. So that should work for you okay. I can hear noises inside. I think Raheem's having a bit of a tantrum. I hope he keeps it down. So me on to, I suppose I wanted to know if you build them locally and transfer. Well, look, if you're going to do it locally, right, you build it. You then use all-in-one migration to download it. So I've got the entire website now. And when I go to where the website sits and I import it, you just got to then go through and check your URLs and links and everything like that. So if there's a massive website, weigh up the amount of time it's going to take for you to check everything out. Context Mind, not seen that one. Are you planning to offer more templates with good website? To be honest, Johnny, I think I gave one and we did a video on it. I'm not going to bust a gut to do any more, mainly because you enter a dangerous market with what template is going to work for who and what. Yeah. Because, like, you know, unless you start to nicheify your templates, you open a door for people continuously then saying, oh, can I have a template on this? Can I have a template on that? And I would say, and this is going to sound really harsh now, okay? And I don't mean to offend, but if you only ever rely upon templates built by other people for your web design business, then I would say you need to stop and reconsider. Because when your client goes, well, that's okay, that's great, now I want a page that does something different, and you're not sure how to do it, and it's a basic request, you are doing a disservice then to website designers around the world. So I would always say it's a good place to learn. Envato, Astra Starter template, it's a good place to learn, but you need to be able to bust them out from scratch, because it's a bit like writers, yeah? Writing a book or drawing, right? Oh yeah, we're just going to trace the drawing. You can trace all day long. I'm just going to get Midjourney to design it for me. You can do that all day long. But when someone says, I want a bespoke drawing, and you can't do that, then just got to cancel this phone call. And you can't do that, then you have no right to call yourself an artist or a writer then. So, sounds really harsh. By the way, I've just realised, can I just quickly send a meeting link to someone? I need to send a meeting link because I've just realised I've got a meeting with someone shortly, in about 1 hour, and I have not sent them the link for the meeting, which is very bad from me. Let me just go and create a meeting for later. Let me get the link and let me send this to... see you in 52 mins, like that, 52 mins, and there's the link for the meeting. By the way, I have noticed a few questions come in. I'll quickly come on to those in a moment. So yeah, I would say starter templates, great, learn from it, but then you have to be able to build from scratch. You got to do that. Okay. Do you know if there's a major release for Code Snippets Pro is imminent? Yes, Eddie. Very, very imminent. Very, very, very imminent-ish. I say imminent. It could be today, tomorrow, next week, next month, but it is coming very soon, which is why they did the public beta testing day. Johnny likes to use templates to learn and see the settings where set up like padding. So the thing is, though, Johnny, another thing, right? Just because someone's built a template a certain way doesn't mean you follow fully what they've done. You need to understand why they did it and then adapt to suit your way of working. So I have a way of building, doesn't mean you should follow exactly. Like I use pixels usually for my padding. Loads of people will say, Imran, don't do that, use EM. I know, but I prefer to use pixels. So don't always follow blindly what someone else has done. Like page speed, I have my way of doing it. Doesn't mean it's definitely the right way to do it. So it's inspiration, like Gary said, but then you move on with that. Exactly like me, you know, Wix was a good starting place for a lot of people, even Squarespace, but then you want to become more bespoke, you know, so you need to kind of, yeah. Is Wirework a template? Wirework is a template, however, you have almost freedom to do what you want with it, and you will adapt it. Whereas some templates, you're very locked down. The image is here, and you want to move it, but you can't move it. It's like it's hard-coded in. To be honest, Johnny, you just need to go watch our videos. I think we pretty much cover off good places to use REM, good places to use Pixel. The Elemental 7-hour video, the Bricks video, which was 3 hours. You can watch the Bricks video, even though it is nothing to do with Elemental. The logic about how I use the clamp and the padding and all of that, you could go for that. And it's about learning. Yeah, exactly, Pixstar, REM. It's funny, you know, Pixstar, because like some people go, you know, EM, you must use EM. And I'm a bit like, well, if I'm going to use clamp, my clamp converts the pixel into REM, so I'll use that. So even though I use pixel, technically when I'm doing a clamp for my padding or whatever, I'm using REM. But for me, as long as the website works responsively, desktop, tablet, mobile, and everything else in between, I will overlook how you built it as long as it's not bloated and heavy, page speed is reasonably good, and it works seamlessly from desktop to mobile, right? Because then I couldn't care less how you built it. Did it work? It's a bit like if you built a website in Squarespace. I don't care. Does it work? Shopify. I don't like Shopify. But if it works, it works. And I prefer to take that mindset down, because it's a bit like when, like, do you remember in school? Do you remember REM were one of my favourite bands, you know. I mean, that Losing My Religion song, I never get fed up with that, you know. Never get felt or but yeah. So do you remember at school when you were like doing cookery lessons and you might be making like a pizza or something, and you're then making it the way you do it, whereby you're putting your tomato puree on or whatever, and you do your cheese, and someone next door to you goes, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. You're meant to put the cheese on first, or your sauce, you know. You're meant to put this inside first, and then you do the cheese. No. Start again. Take the pepper off and put the cheese first. And you're like going, get lost. This is how I do it. Because this is going to work. Can I eat it? Yes. So you take your pizza and you ram it up your right. Well, I'm going to eat mine and ram it down mine. Okay? You take yours up. I'm going to take mine down. Okay? So I almost couldn't care less about like how you built it, as long as it delivers. And it does a good job as well. Whoops. Oh, yeah. And by the way, did I just shut down? No, I didn't. I thought I shut down the chat then. Yeah. So there's a good video on using Clamp and getting it to work for you. There's rules for pizza. There's no such rule for pizza. I can tell you now. As long as that pizza, when I was at university, right across, like, because we studied in the hospital, right across the road, there was a pizza place. And they did the most amazing tuna pizza, like, ever. Every other place where I've had it, rubbish. But it had a great pizza. The tuna pieces, there were nice chunks, but they were good. But it was done in such a way where it was, like, I was going to say Trevian, but Mamma Mia, right? It was brilliant. Tomato, the cheese, the peppers, the jalapenos, the tuna, it was gorgeous, right? But I remember, I mean, I didn't just get that. I liked my chickens as well, you know, my spicy meat pizza. But whenever I ordered a tuna pizza, loads of my friends would be like, what are you getting tuna pizza for? And it was like, you eat what you eat, I'll eat what I eat, kind of thing, you know? So I would say, who cares? Seriously, I would say who cares? You could say about lasagna, you could say about fish and chips, you could say that about how should you ride a bike, how do you drive a car? Of course, you got to pass a driving test, you got to be careful, but, you know, how you drive, as long as you're not being silly, is up to you. Do you know what I mean? Right, I can tell you now, Pickstar, pineapple does not belong on a pizza. Even though I've said, you do what you do, I do what I do, that's the one thing I'll put my foot down on. Sometimes I've had like friends going, oh, you've got pizza, and we go, oh, cool, and I go, oh, pineapple. And even when you take, here's the reason why I don't like it. You know, if you take tuna off a pizza, there won't be that much aftertaste. If you take a chili off, there's not that much aftertaste. If you take the chicken off, there's not that much aftertaste. But with pineapple, it's leaked. Once it's cooked, it has sent its toxins, like, so that big pineapple, a pineapple that's as big as my finger will cover an area like that, right? Finger, like that. So when you bite it, you might have got a little bit if it was any other flavour, but the minute it's pineapple, your entire mouth is filled with pineapple. So if that pizza slice had about 5-6 on there and they've taken it off, it's forever, it's tainted. It's a tainted pizza, Raheem's really having a tantrum. I can hear him. He's really like... He is not happy at the moment. I don't know what's up with him. I might have to go in and check everything's all right, but he is not happy at the moment. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Gary, so what I do, okay, is I tend to use, like, padding. And obviously you got to watch out for layout shifts as well, especially with the 7 Plus phones and stuff like that. Users Geek, WordPress is great, but it can't build complex web apps like YouTube, Twitch, or Amazon. Well, the thing is, though, right? The thing is, though, is that you could build something similar, and it all depends on what you want to go for. But yeah, you know, learning code-driven ways isn't a bad thing. So, yeah, so Johnny, you've sent me... So, is this your website or someone? So, you're telling me... The thing is, though, yeah, because this is not your website, this is someone else's website, yeah? And I'm not going to put it on screen. Or was this your website? Is this your website, Johnny? You're new with Elemental Pro. Yeah, I'd like to know how I can build... Yeah, so this is not your website, is it, Johnny? Is it? It's not your website, is it? Or is it? I don't know. Is it or isn't it? I'm not sure. Is that your website, Johnny? So only fruits you put on... yeah, exactly. Tomatoes, that's it. You don't do apples, you don't do pears, you don't do banana. Ah, banana. Someone wants the banana. They cooked it and then they cut banana pieces. I was like, what is that? Why would you want to have banana? If you want banana, you go and eat a sandwich. You go and eat a sandwich. Right, okay, we're going to do a quick review then. Okay, so Johnny has sent this over here. I'm just going to... Oh, man. I've just done something I should not have done. Hold on. I've gone and messed up now my page. Urgh. Hold on. I've gone and done something I shouldn't have done. It's gone and messed up. There you go. Right, there. Right. That's now back into play. Right, we're just going to review this page over here. Yeah, banana on a pizza. Gag. I don't know. You sound like you're enjoying that, Gary. Gag. Right. Right. So, number one, okay. I'm not sure about the logo going on over here. I'm not sure about the logo. Menu, fine. But, yeah, I'm not sure about that logo. It's also not in line, so if you're going to do it, make your logo start here. Make it be in line with the text. Having it over there just doesn't work. Having the text go over his face doesn't work for me. That doesn't work. It would look better if it was just one person, or maybe have them both over here on this side. Because having it cross over, like if I just start to increase... I mean, look, it's on a smaller screen. Can you see what it's doing? It's crossing over. That doesn't work. So I would adjust that. The spacing here is... it's too tight. I find that really tight. It could work, but this is massive. That is massive. It's an email. How big is an email? If you've got a really complicated name like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious@gmail.com, you get it. I get it. Then you can have it. Hey, are we? But supercalifragilisticexpialidocious would probably... In fact, should we write it? Should we write it? How big would it actually even be? Hey, John Sinaitis. So, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious at gmail.com. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Look, even that fits. Look at that. That is a ridiculously long name, and even that fits. So your form here does not need to be that long. There you go. I think I've proven the case there. Shrink that down. Spacing, it feels very tight. Because you've got white space here, spacing, that feels overly tight. If this was tight as well, I'd get away with it. But it's very, very, very tight. The thing is, though, Johnny, when you ask for a review, you get a review. Images are good. The images are pretty good. You know, good, clear, nice images. I like that. Yeah, okay, bit of padding there. You can get away with that. I would have it perfectly left aligned. So now you've got a gap here, and a gap here, and a gap here. I wouldn't have the gap, if I'm honest. I'd make it left aligned. What is this? Okay, that's good. That's good. I think that's quite neat. If they want to know more, they can get more. That's neat. This is huge over here. Because if you're going to do it that big there, you need to sort out your bigness over here then. Because you've gone smallish, medium-ish, massive-ish. Yeah, okay, that kind of works. Hello. Look, again, really big. You know, look. So, a bit of play work on there, I think. Hello, hello, yep, okay. Again, very big, you know, just trying... Not sure about the divider line there. This looks to me like you've used a template. So, you've used a template, right, Johnny? Yeah? So I'm guessing you've used a template here, because this gives it away. Yep, so this looks to me like you've used a template. Yeah, would you agree with that? So, I'm now commenting on a template, which... That's not really a design bow, is it? That's a template now. But yeah, just watch the spacing. Repeating the image is not good. You got the image there and you're repeating it there. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of repeating images. Video at the bottom, yeah. I mean this looks good. Nice transition here with the overlap. I like that. But I'm getting a lot of inconsistency with the fonts. Not the fonts, the sizing. Yeah, the sizing's not right. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say, because it's pretty obvious, Johnny, that you're using a template here. So I'm not sure how much is you and how much is the template. So yeah. I'm not sure. The drop-down text, me on YouTube, that's just going to be an accordion. Or a toggle. Probably a toggle. Or an accordion. Or a toggle. One of those two. Accordion, toggle, toggle, accordion. I don't know. Something like that. Controller command. I'm currently building my website. Homepage almost done. Currently working on a nice one. Well, if you ever want a review, please email over to our email address down here when we're doing a live chat and we can have a look at it. Yeah, so Astrophy. There you go. Yeah, accordion, toggle, various options you could do that. Yeah. But I would say just watch your spacing. If you're using Elemental Pro, in my opinion, you should not be using Astra theme, because you're going to have bloat in your back end and JavaScript, even though you're not using their header footer. I just don't see the point. I really don't. If you're using Elemental free, be my guest, go for Astra, but I just don't see the point. And like I said earlier, using templates to learn is one thing, but then you have to be able to do it. It's like if someone did fancy painting, but they use stencils. Well, anyone can do that then, eventually. But then someone wants a bespoke design and you're like, oh, I don't know how to do that. And they go, yeah, but I thought you did art. But it's all stencil. Do you know what I mean? You feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot there. Owie, can I make a magazine blog using Astra and Elemental Free? Probably. If Astra's got a template for it. So you got to go to Astra now and check if they've got a magazine blog layout. Or you might need to use Astra and Element. I mean, I don't know. I don't see the point of using it Astra, though. Maybe for the header footer. Okay, fine. Go with Elemental. Then you might need to use an add-on. You know? I mean, when I first started using Elemental, and I was using Elemental free, I was using Astra. And then after 3 websites, I was like, no. We're relying too much on Astra. The header footer was very... You were controlled by how much you could do. It wasn't fully on flexible, which I didn't like. And You ended up using add-ons. So what's the point? Yeah, just go with hello. Just go with hello. To be honest though, Johnny, I love to share the knowledge, because if I know that it helps you to engage and become better inside as well and feel more confident with yourself, it has a knock-on impact. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of people blame Elementor or the tool. And sometimes it's nothing to do with the tool. It's more about how do you apply it when you are building a website and doing stuff like that. Do you charge mail service that comes with hosting? We don't really do much hosting anymore now. But SiteGround provide a mail service inside of there. So unless you are doing a separate third-party system that's integrated, then obviously you would charge depending on what you use. Me on YouTube, I need to put a dynamic table into a toggle accordion then. Can that be done? Yeah. You create it as a template, drop the shortcode in. Oh, hold on. I think it does work. I can't remember now. I'm sure I put a template into... Yeah, you can. You can actually. Yeah, as long as you got the right dynamic tags and fields in, it should work. Yeah. Again, it's one of those things where, like, Cadence, if you're using Elementor Pro, I don't see any point in using Cadence. Maybe it's the tool behind the keyboard. Nice one, Gary. There's a little bit of a, like, boom there. Someone called Kashif. Kashif, are you there? Kashif, are you there? Tell me you're there and I'll do a review of your website. Oh yeah, John, it is, isn't it? A little bit there. John's just sent me something, but yeah, you are right, John. So, Kashif, are you there? Where is Kashif? Have I seen his name somewhere? Kashif Awan, are you there? Say you're there and then we can do a review of your website. And you've done something that... is this you, controller command? Is this you? You kind of have to go, yes, I am Kashif. Are you controller command? Yeah, you can. You can drop containers in as well, me on YouTube. Yep, okay, right. So let's go on to Kashif's website. Yep, are we ready? Hello, I'm over here. Right. So the first thing we're going to do is refresh his page just to see... Right, so the only animation we get is that. That has been overdone. Yeah? And I see a lot of websites that do this. Hey, Avadis, how you doing? I see a lot of websites that do this, and it's now become a gimmick. A little bit of a gimmick. Because all you've done is share your LinkedIn photo. Right? That's probably your LinkedIn photo, right? It's very small as well. The colours of the photo don't really go with the colours over here because you got more blue here, whereas this is more of a charcoal. You got to get in touch, but nowhere does it have your company name or brand or who you are. We get this over here. This, look, don't get me wrong. The white, the colour change, all of that is good, but there's no logo there. I don't know who you are. You're telling me you're Kashif. If I'm honest, so what? A web designer and IT professional innovating the digital world. Make your mind up. Are you a web designer? Are you more of a web designer or an IT professional? What am I going to get for you? Because this feels now confused. It's like someone saying, I'm a footballer and a snooker player. But which one do you do more? Footballer? Snooker player? Which one is the hobby? Are you more of a footballer but you like to play snooker? Or are you more of a snooker player but you like to play football? So web designer and IT professionals feels a little bit confused. But the thing that is bothering me is we don't know your company name. Nothing like that. This has become a gimmick which I don't quite like. If you use that further down, you get away with it. But from your hero banner, that doesn't wow people anymore. It really doesn't. It's kind of yesterday. It's like carousels. It's yesterday's thing now. You know, videos and you hear about it, it's yesterday. Sliders, you know, we move on from that. Latest work, is a very weak call to action. That's a very weak. You're telling me I've got to go, oh, well, I don't want to go down. I don't feel like I know enough about you. I don't even know your company name. Your URL is Cache Computer, but Cache Computer does not sound like a web designer. Cache Computer sounds like IT support. Like you're going to sort out printers and connections and the email setup. Does not say web designer to me. Latest work. Not a bad. That's not a bad. Okay, I like this. You got a full page ish, and you got the hero banner. It's not allowing me to zoom in on any of them though. Yeah, okay. So John says it's an Elementor template. Is it an Elementor template though? Is this an Elementor template controller command? Or is this built from scratch? Windows 10. Look, what has that got to do with web design? You've lost me as a client. You've completely lost me. Blog. I mean, okay, so this is work in motion, but no, doesn't really work. Tell me about your next. No, you've lost me. I'm telling you now, I am not going to tell you about my next project because you're telling me about Windows 10. Yeah. The dark color is pretty good. It's pretty nice, okay? Hey Rajat, the dark color is nice. But, I mean, come on. Yeah? Right? Why would... I don't feel like you've done enough here, you know? Because I can't even, like, click these to see the website. Can I see it and go and... Can I find this website? So you call it Afro Samurai, right? So let's open the image in a new tab, right? That's a lorem ipsum. Look, lorem ipsum. That's not a real website. Yeah? So if you are going to create fake websites to make your portfolio look better, you need to make the fake websites look like fake websites. I mean, lorem ipsum, right? So that's not good. Lorem ipsum again. Yeah? I bet if I go over here, let's open that one in a new tab, open that one in a new tab, open that one in a new tab. Yeah, look, lorem ipsum. Yeah? Lorem ipsum, I bet, over there. And here, lorem ipsum. So I'm not trying to sound critical, but what I'm saying here is that obviously you want people to work with you, right? So what you've got to think about is that if you are going to like show off, I'm not going to show any more on that. I have said many times that if you don't have a portfolio, you can create fake homepages. You can do that. You're showing people what you can do. But then you must make sure you've put the time in, ChatGPT'd it, and put some fake content in. What you don't do is say, yeah, here's my latest work. Here's what I've done. Because if you say you're innovating the digital world, it's not really if you do it with like that, yeah. So I would say, basically, you've got the starting platform. All you've got to do is put some proper words in. My question to you, though, is were they all built from scratch or were they built using templates and themes? I bet it was template or themes. And remember, you can call it a personal project, but it ain't personal if you're now going out to people to pay you. That's not a personal project anymore. You know, if it's all private, that's personal. If, however, you're reaching out, that's now business. That's something a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, what you can do is just build it, but don't use lorem ipsum. Yeah, don't use lorem ipsum. Yeah. So if all of those websites, so are those 6 examples built from scratch? Are they all built from scratch? And if they're all built from scratch, go in and put some real words in. Yeah. Because the fact you can't click on any of them and they like do the light box appearance, that to me feels like you're hiding what they are in a way. So, yeah, go in and just work on that a little bit. Have you ever considered making a Hackintosh? Are you talking to me, Pixar? Hackintosh? Oh, are you talking about Linux and all of that? Yeah, the thing is though, Controlly, we all have to start from somewhere, but the biggest tip I can give all of you is go and create 5 or 6 fake home pages, even a WooCommerce store. Get the confidence to know what you're doing with the WooCommerce settings or a blog website. Go and do that. And then stick that in your portfolio. But make sure you don't just do lorem ipsum, because people will see that a mile away. You know? Blocksy and PostX. I don't use Blocksy. Don't use PostX either. Don't forget to smash the like button. So yeah, you're probably right, Owie. Probably a good system to use, you know. Oh, hi, by the way, hey, Richard's Domain, yeah. And by the way, though, yeah, credit to Johnny and Kashi for sharing. But what I would say, yeah, is refine what you're doing, because web design is a very competitive market, okay? So you kind of have to be... oh, that's a bit too light now. You do have to kind of like be able to tempt people in. But what you really do need to be thinking about, okay... I'm going to pop this back on here again. That is not going to work as a headline whatsoever. By the way, no one cares that you're Kashif. If you want to tell me you're Kashif down here, tell me about your project, and then you have it over here. So this is maybe more to the left and down here with more details about you, great. But no one is going to care about that because it's not a dating site. And I would say drop that out. Drop that out. Because I want a web designer. I don't care if you're an IT professional. But if I want an IT professional because I run a service desk or I have computers that need connecting, then I want an IT professional. You got to be careful that you don't confuse or make me go, well, what are you then? What are you? You know, are you this or are you that? Yeah, so I would say, yeah, that Cache Computer, hey Linda, Cache Computer is weak as a web designer. That is more for a service desk, a support system, a chat system, someone who builds computers, someone who sells computers, graphic cards. But when it comes to a web design, Cache Designs, Cache Designer, Cache Credit, Cache and Money. I don't know. Cache Design, something like that. But double check that no one else is using that domain first. How are things in your world, Linda? How are you doing? So for anyone that's got the email about Elementor AI, I wouldn't go crazy of it, because I was like, oh, this is good. And then now I'm like, it's not that good at all. Right. I have a one-to-one consultation with someone in 20 minutes. So the live chat is going to end in 5 minutes. Okay? 5-minute warning, everyone, to let you all go and do something else. Because I want to just have a bit of a break, stretch my legs, go and check why Raheem was having a tantrum. Because I could really hear him. I can hear some things being banged. Better go check he's all right. He's there with his mum, but obviously some sort of disagreement kicked off. So I better go check that. But yeah, got a one-to-one consultation in 20 minutes. So I just want to finish this, stretch my legs, check they're all okay, get prepped and ready for the consultation. Especially when I don't know what they want to... I have nothing... All I know is they want to talk about their website and how we can take things forward, but I don't even know what the website looks like. I might look at it and go, can't help you. Don't know. But we will see. No, Eddie. I got an email I got an email from, it was new beta, Elemental AI for image creation, and it came out 2 hours ago. Came out 2 hours ago, so just double check your junk mail. Pickstar, my tip for a hero heading is not to say how good you are. What is your job about? Yes! Pickstar's right. What you don't do is say, I'm a brilliant web designer. What you really want to be saying is, what can I do for you? Right? Pizza shop. I don't want them to say, I've been making pizza for 20 years. I'm the best pizza maker in the world. No. Don't care, because you're probably talking out your ass. What I want to know is that you create the most taste exploding pizzas. You make pizzas that are unforgettable. You kick the chili into spice with your pizzas. Say stuff that makes me go, ooh yeah, baby. Ooh yeah, give me some of that, right? Don't just say, hey, I'm this. I'm a web designer. Well, yeah, I kind of got that because either someone gave me your link, or you had a social media post, or I typed in web designer and your link came up in Google. Well, yeah, I kind of know that. I don't need to be reminded of that, because you haven't done enough now to make me want to stay. Welcome to my website. I am really... Yeah, exactly. Welcome. I'm really good. Yeah, well, so is everyone else. When people say, I'm the best, we're the best web pizza maker in the world, yeah, everyone's going to say that. But if you really sell it in a way that talks to, the most succulent apples that will devour your tongue. Can you imagine a headline like that? The most succulent apples that will devour your tongue. And you're like, my tongue devoured? Apple devour my... Whoa, what is this about? You want to scroll down, right? We make the best pineapple pizza. Well, no, Michael. No. Shame on you for even putting that in. Right? Shame on you for putting that in. The pizza... look at this. Eddie, look, Eddie's got it. The pizza will not arrive cold. Isn't that the worst thing when you order a McDonald's or a pizza and it arrives and it's lukewarm, just about? Doesn't that make you mad? There we go. Eddie's come up with a brilliant one there, right? Exactly. Pickstar's right. I remember one company, they did something similar. They had a hero banner and it showed someone like throwing it in the air. And I was like, you're showing me a hero banner of one of your workers spinning or throwing the dough in the air, and the dough had nothing on it. It was just the dough. Why the hell would you show me what you do in the kitchen with an empty pizza? Are you telling me I'm going to get just dough? Why would you do that? Right? Why would you do that? Okay, look, everyone, I'm going to have to shoot off now. I think we ended on a bit of a high and a roll, didn't we? So I'm going to say goodbye. By the way, me on YouTube, you got a question there. How to add a table of dynamic data. You might need to do it as a template, but can you go to the Web Squadron Facebook group? Right, go to Facebook, Web Squadron group, post it there, and we can pick it up later on. All right, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye now. Take care. I will catch you all tomorrow. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. I know everyone feels like a pizza now, don't they? Even I feel like a pizza, but I'm not going to have a pizza. Take care. Bye.